Welcome back. All right, so during the last review, I believe Bear got in here on the cat tree. She likes sitting down here, so she's not up straight in there. You can see Bear, you can see Shadow. Uh, Bear didn't eat or drink for the first day and a half after we got here, but things are starting to settle down. So let us discuss the Kings and the Oilers. Quick versus Smith in this one. What a bounce back game for Mike Smith. What a honestly fantastic game for Mike Smith. And yeah, I mean it's kind of nice to see, right? So early press by the Oilers. The shots are 2-0 in their favor at 3 minutes, so they have the early jump. Again, for the Oilers tonight, they could not afford to come out of this game down 2-0. You cannot afford to lose another game and be going out on the road for games 3 and 4 down 2-0 in the series. While the Blues were able to overcome that in 2019, the 2019 Blues are the exception for a lot of things in the hockey world. Lemieux and Cassian chirp at each other from the benches. The way I envision the conversation is, I'm a bigger prick than you are. Oh, yeah, I'm a bigger prick than you. Wait till I punch one of your guys in the head. You wait till I punch one of your guys in the head. That's how I picture that conversation going. Kopitar has a shot that gets through, but the Oilers clear it out. Iafallo steals one from Yamamoto before he can get the shot. So nice defensive play by Iafallo. Had a very good start to the game. Kopitar has a chance that's held. McDavid has a hit on Anderson that draws a crowd. The Kings come out of that with a power play. Kempe ends up hitting the side of the net. Brown is denied. Good power play, but the Oilers do kill it off. So McDavid then goes beast mode on one. He fires it wide, though. The Oilers press at the half. Dano clears it out. Again, good, solid first period for the LA Kings, which the score won't tell you. It looked like a goalie battle. This looked like it was going to be two goaltenders. I was like, all right, this game might end up 1-0, 2-1. Both goalies were really dialed in early. So we had that through 11 minutes. Then Keith gives Moore a bunch of cross checks. So they decide on one of them they think is worse than the others. I think it was like six. I think there was six cross checks. And the funny thing is that on the replay, they're like, well, they gave him the first one. It was probably the second one. And I thought, okay, if they're giving him the first cross check before they call the penalty, they've gone back to how they called cross checks before the crackdown on cross checks this year started. So that's one thing that we kind of saw coming, didn't we? Anyways, the Kings get the power play on that. Iafallo was at the post. Was it in? The replay showed that it was the post. He hits the post on first blush. It looked like it might have been one of those ones that hits the net and comes right back out. It hit the post. It didn't go in. So the play does continue. Kopitar's a blast that's tipped wide. The power play's killed off, and then Smith holds. McDavid to Hyman. There was a near miss at the net there. Kaliev has a shot that's blocked. The Oilers rush. The Oilers were pressed with 2.5 minutes left. The Kings weren't giving much room for the Oilers early in this game. Quick then denies Yamamoto, and on the final shift of the period, the Oilers do press. But coming out of that first period, the shots favor the Kings. I thought the Kings played very well. And then the second period, you start to see the storyline start to change. It's an early power play for the Oilers, and they score on it. It's Draisaitl from Barrie and Nugent Hopkins at 1:22. Having watched the LA feed, I know Jim King was saying that Mike Smith dives on the play, kept repeatedly bringing up embellishment. I didn't think it was that obvious of an embellishment. I wasn't sure that it was an embellishment, but hey, I'm not, weighing in on that necessarily, other than to say I didn't think it was that egregious. But you guys can let me know in the comment section if you felt like it was an egregious one. So the Kings try to answer. The Oilers go back to the power play. Quick covers one with Hyman on the doorstep. Keith has a shot that's blocked as the power play ends. Then the Kings get a power play. Aggressive penalty kill. Not a lot of room for the Kings out there in their power play. There was a shorthanded chance for Draisaitl that deflects out. And then later in that same power play, Darnell Nurse gets a shorthanded goal from McDavid at 6:03. And it was a 3-on-2 rush that leads to the goal. So a turnover and a rush the other way. And Edmonton makes it 2-0. And then the Oilers finish up the kill before they rush up the ice again. And it just felt like the momentum was all Oilers at this point. Bouchard hits a crossbar. There was a near miss for Yamamoto. This could have been uglier than what it was. And remember, Jonathan Quick made some nice saves in the first period to keep things scoreless, as did Smith. So Quick denies McDavid twice. The Kings then get some pressure, but they don't get shots out of it. Iafallo has a chance then that's saved. Good bounce back for Smith. And again, Smith, after what was a rough night for him in game one, he comes back. He has a very good game too. McDavid throwing hits, and the MVP chance starts. So McDavid playing a physical role in this. Now, obviously, a little too physical when he takes a penalty, but still, physical play from him. CC has a blasted save. There's more Oiler hits going on. Things get kind of scrappy after a snow shower on a save by Quick. So this is that, guys coming to a screeching halt at the net. Whoops, I happened to spray your goaltender with snow. Whoops, oopsie daisy. It's on purpose. Then there's a stretch past to Grunstrom, which is a near miss. The Oilers would press and they would score. It's McLeod deflects one in from Bouchard and Cassian at 16:05. So Cassian, who had thrown a lot of hits, had some chirping going on with Brendan Lemieux. He also gets on the board with an assist there. Hyman then had a rush chance that was saved and held. Durzee's denied on a turnover opportunity, and Bouchard nearly scores another one in the closing seconds. But it's 3-0 after 2. So scoreless tie after 1 and after 2. It's all Oilers. Third period, Iafallo has a rush chance that's saved. 2.5 minutes in, the shots are 2-0 Kings. If they can get one, maybe, no. Kane scores at 3:02. It was a bad bounce. Durzi basically takes a wild swing at it with his stick. He put it where Quick couldn't save it. I'm sure Quick probably said a couple of things to him after that, but that makes it 4-0. And then at 3:23, there's a 2-on-1 and there's a goal. It is Puljujarvi from McDavid and Kane. So that makes it 5-0. So Oiler fans going crazy. It is one of the most jubilant Oiler crowds I've seen in a long time. I want to say since 2017, since we've seen a crowd that happy in Edmonton. Then there's a post for Kempe, the Oilers rush. The other way, Kings can't establish a strong press. They're not being given that opportunity in the third period. 9:05 left, the Oilers get a power play. And really, the play by the Oilers in the third period was very good shutdown hockey, which is something that we've wanted to see more from them in previous seasons, and we're seeing it now. This is a team that seems to be capable of defending well with a lead, and that's important. So I wanted to write that on the board and make mention of it here. Bouchard has a blast that deflects wide, and then Kane scores his second goal of the game from Bouchard and McLeod at 11:55. This one he didn't need Durzi to smack into the net. So that makes it 6-0. And then Archibald has a net feed that won't go. So they don't stop. Again, it's encouraging when you have a team that's ahead in a game like this, and they don't stop trying to score, or they don't just sit back and let the other team go, right? 4:15 left. The Kings get a power play. And you could tell they wanted at least one. They wanted something positive to happen here before they leave Edmonton. Thanasio has a net drive that's defended. Moore can't bury one. McLeod clears it out. That's killed off. We get some pushing and shoving after that. The Oilers get a power play. And in the final minute, there's a big ovation. The Oilers don't score on the power play, but they didn't really try. This was about just killing the clock. And I think the real deal was, and you can tell, when an Oilers defenseman just stays behind the net for the final 30 seconds, he's trying to get Mike Smith the shutout, which he did. So your 3 stars in a 6-0 victory for the Edmonton Oilers. What a statement game. Kane, Smith, and McDavid. The shots are 14-12 LA in the first, 19-9 Edmonton in the second, 7-5 LA in the third. Final shots are 36-30 for Edmonton. Power plays LA 0 for 4, Edmonton 2 for 4. The hits were 48-47 for Edmonton. I don't know how many of those were from Lemieux and from Cassian, but probably a lot. Quick saves 30 out of 36. Smith saves all 30 shots he faced. And again, great bounce back game. Now they're headed for LA. This series is tied at 1. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game and the events that happened therein. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happen upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support, and for the viewers that get it, that I'm changing things on a new set. Thanks. Thanks for understanding that. And for others, I'm going to win you over. All right. Thanks again for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.